Alright, so it seems my last video ruffled some feathers amongst the Penguin Zero community, and I decided today is going to be the day that I make my response video. And you know what? I'll just go ahead and say it right off the bat. I was wrong. Penguin Zero is not the only hypocrite. His fans are too. And funny enough, as of recording this video right now, one of his fans actually got so upset at the video that they decided to go into my Discord, spam the N-word, and then tell me to KYS in my Discord DMs. Remember kids, next time a 17-year-old talks about a multi-millionaire that you like, be sure to tell him into, and I quote, KYS in their Discord DMs. Now before we get into all of that, let's just go ahead and clear up what I got wrong in my first video. So right as I got done making my video, Penguin Zero made his response video clearing the air and clearing things up. And one of the first things he addressed was him apparently quitting the internet.
Apparently, and I didn't know this until I posted the video, everyone was under the impression that I was quitting the internet. So I started scratching at the hair on my chinny chin wondering, when the fuck did that happen? It turns out the patient zero behind all of this was a post Jackson made announcing that I would be leaving the podcasts, which is something I thought about periodically for quite a few months now, mainly because I started to recognize that I was becoming the very thing I'd make fun of with being chronically online. Like, I just was always online. And the podcasts were a big proponent of that, and I just kind of wanted to scale back the amount of time I spend online, and I kept Jackson in the loop the whole time here about where my head was at, and last week I told him, hey man, I think this is going to be where I hang up the jersey, you can put it in the rafters, throw it in the dumpster, but I think I'm just going to be, sailing off into the sunset here and just reducing the amount of stuff I do online. Which he completely understood, so he made the announcement just letting people know that, and then that got spun on Twitter and Reddit as Moist Critical's taking an indefinite hiatus and quitting the internet, fundamentally.
While this isn't a really important part of the last video, I still wanted to go ahead and clear things up, since I do want to go ahead and set the record straight and, really plant my feet in the ground on this, okay? Because now this is kind of stretched just beyond a regular commentary video. Now we've got people accusing me of all sorts of things. I'm slandering Critical, I'm a generic commentary channel, I need to die, I'm just a leech. Let's just completely ignore that Critical also does the same generic commentary videos I do, except the only difference is he shows his face and I don't. But you know what? Let's forget about all that. Let's go back to the video and let's go back to the debate. So in my last video, I claimed Critical was a hypocrite because his logic wasn't lining up. Basically, to simplify it, he was trying to argue that people under the age of 18 should be able to start transitioning, while Sneako was trying to argue that people who are under the age of 18 should be able to marry adults, and Critical disagreed with that. Now let's just go ahead and set the record straight. I think both parties are pretty fucking stupid in this scenario. At the end of the day, they're minors. Both of these scenarios can permanently alter your life forever. Now the whole debate on if people under the age of 18 can start transitioning, I'm not talking getting the surgery, but starting the HRT and stuff like that, that can be kind of a messy area because I hear some medical sources say that it's really risky and you shouldn't do it, and then I hear some other medical sources say that it's safe and you're fine. If you ask me personally, I think my opinion still stands. Wait till you're 18 to start doing life-changing decisions. Now in Critical's response video that apparently makes my video outdated and my opinion wrong, he claims he thought Sneako was using hyperbole referring to the whole transitioning thing, and he didn't think that Sneako actually thought transitioning was as simple as just walking into a clinic and getting the surgery and walking out. But even with that all being said, I think my opinion still stands and I think my criticism is still there in that moment and in that debate, and even after the video, the logic didn't line up. You can't be like, oh, well, the minor can make this life-changing decision, but not this. Minors cannot make any life-changing decisions, period. Now, let's just go ahead and get into the comments, the allegations, the accusations, and the criticisms of my last video. And I guess there's no better place than to start with this comment right here by Mike Guy 15. You took too long to chase the clout. He uploaded a response and you missed. Ha ha ha. Here's a tip. Report the news the minute it happens. That way, ignoring context will work to your favor. Okay, so first of all, even with his response video, everything is still generally the same. Sneako is a weirdo and Critical had a bad take. I don't think it runs any deeper than that. Also, guys, keep note of what this guy's about to say in his next comment because it's really going to start going haywire and all over the place and just starting to not make sense. So some random kid replies to that comment and he says, by the way, Rinse explained that video finished rendering at the same time that Charlie made his response. So he wasn't aware of Charlie's explanation. He explained this in the Discord server. Oh, and by the way, because, some random kid's comment just reminded me of this, let me go ahead and clear the times of when the videos were posted. Let me go ahead and clear that up because that's been a talking point in the comments too. My video got done rendering not uploading, rendering at the same time Charlie posted his video. I uploaded the video about an hour or two after he made his video. And for the idiots that are about to swarm into my comments saying, well, Rance, you actually had an opportunity to do your research and, get the full context to the situation. First of all, the context didn't really change. And third of all, you guys are acting like I'm trying to frame Critical as like a predator or a scammer or like a criminal or something. Dude, it is not that deep. At the end of the day, this is just me disagreeing with a take he had on a debate. So getting back to the comment, Mike Guy replies, at some random kid, sounds like a him problem. He should have done due diligence and did better research instead of just trying to grift off the same situation every other clout tuber did. I highly doubt he tried to get in contact with anybody or did anything to try and get better context into the situation. Just uploaded his video talking junk, just like all these other morons that now have to apologize because they jumped the gun. I'm beginning to really get exhausted with these YouTubers that rush and try to ruin someone's reputation instead of talking about the facts. If you're going to be someone who talks about these situations, then the least you could do is do it responsibly, especially when you have an audience. The internet is toxic enough already. Something I'd like to point out is just a blatant hypocrisy. And what I mean by this is, this guy is criticizing me for being like a lazy commentary channel that just grifts off of drama, right? But Critical literally does the same exact thing. And this is kind of like peak irony because it kind of just like fully closes in on itself, like it's the circle, right? This started because I was criticizing a hypocritical scenario where an idea was being purported that a minor could do this life-changing thing, but not this life-changing thing. And now it's come full circle, and it's now this commentary channel can grift off of drama, but this commentary channel can't. Also, another thing I'd like to point out is this dude's acting like I'm accusing Critical of being a scammer or like a criminal or like a pedophile or something. Oh, he didn't get in contact with anybody. He didn't do his research and his due diligence. Dude, all I'm doing is giving my opinion on somebody else's opinion. It is not that deep. Over here acting like I'm a whole news channel or something. Now, here is one of the more wild comments, and this is what I mean when I say Penguin Zero fans are hypocritical. And you know what? No, forget hypocritical. Unhinged. Like borderline unhinged. If not, forget borderline. This is basically just unhinged at this point. I'll just go ahead and throw the comment up on screen. So I'm not going to bother reading out the entire comment thread. You could just pause the video and read it and get the full context there. But basically, I was responding to the guy who posted the first comment, and all I was saying was, dude, I made the video before his response. When it got done rendering and getting uploaded, then yeah, his response was out. But when I was recording and talking about the situation, I had no idea his response was going to come out that day. And then this weirdo responds to me, then do the right thing and delete it, and the channel too, because pedophiles don't deserve to be on the platform. How am I a pedophile? I just turned 17 like 2 weeks ago. I'm not even gonna bother humoring something this stupid, but this just goes to show how brain dead Penguin Zero fans can be. Who knew saying the grass was green and the sky is blue and water is wet would get you such a rabid fan base? Oh yeah, and speaking of rabid fan base, let's go ahead and talk about that weirdo that joined my Discord server and then started DMing me threats and telling me to KYS. Now, because of YouTube guidelines, I can't really read any of this out, but I'm sure you guys can make out what this guy's saying just based off the image I've thrown up on the screen. So basically I respond to him saying, what is your problem? And then he says, sorry, my autism. And then I said, LMAO, you really trying to bat that hard for a dude who doesn't even know you exist? And then he says, bro, I have autism, shut the up. So now I guess this dude's trying to be funny or something, or trying to, cover up the disgusting things he just said under the thin veil of, oh, I was just being a troll, I was just messing around, I was just joking, ha ha ha. Anyways, in case he was trying to be funny, I just replied, you make Amy Schumer actually look funny. Now there's a lot more comments I could talk about in this video, but they basically all say the same things that I've already debunked and disproved, so I'm not going to sit here for the next 5 minutes saying the same thing I've already said, so I guess we'll just wrap the video up here. Now for my few viewers in the audience that will like this video, make sure to leave a comment, like, and if you aren't already, subscribe. Try and help this video get out there in the algorithm because I already know it's going to get bombarded with dislikes. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'm out. See ya.